Hey guys, this is Brian. This video will show you how to install a specific version of Unity on Windows in 2021. To do that, I'm going to share my screen. Here it is. And to get started on that, we're going to go in the browser and go to unity.com. Now, what this looks like may differ a little bit for you depending on what Unity's got on their homepage, but we're going to click Get Started in any event. That should be near the top. And on these tabs, we're going to go over to the individual tab and select Personal and click Get Started, because I'm assuming you are someone who's learning and you're not a game company that's made $100,000 or more in the last 12 months. Now, when you get to this screen, Start Creating with Unity, even though you are a first-time user, I'm assuming you are, you're going to click Returning User instead. Click Go here. You will be asked to accept some cookies and the terms of service, and then to download Unity Hub. That should start a download. I am going to save that to my desktop, and it's a quick download. And then once that has downloaded, we'll open the file, go through the security warning, and we'll have to accept a license agreement. Select the directory we want to install to. We'll go with the default here. And I should note this process is similar on Mac as it is to Windows. And when the install finishes, we'll leave that Run Unity Hub option selected and click Finish. You may get a Windows firewall prompt like this one that you need to accept. Make sure both the private and public networks options are selected, and then say Allow Access. Now, when you get to Unity Hub, you may get a message where they're trying to suggest you install a beta version. We won't do that at the moment, so we'll say maybe later. And the first thing you'll notice when you get here under the license management section is that you have no license. Unity must be licensed in order to use it, but that's okay. You can get a free license because, again, you're a learner. So to do that, what we're going to do is up in the upper right corner, you will see a Unity, a little profile icon for your Unity profile. And we'll assume you don't have one right now, but in any event, we're going to click Sign In. That'll launch a little browser window. We'll accept cookies again. And if you had a Unity ID, you'd enter it here, but again, we'll assume you don't, so we'll say create one. You will need to provide a valid email address, which I am going to do. You'll need to select a password, a username, and give your full name. You will need to accept a number of different things that you agree to, and then say Create Unity ID. You will have to do an email confirmation, and I'm going to go do that off camera right now in my email program and then come right back, so please stand by. All right, now that I have confirmed my email, I will click Continue. And I'll be back now on the license screen, but you can see with my initials up here, I'm now signed into Unity. I still have no license though, so to get one, I'm going to say Activate New License. I'll select Unity Personal. I'm going to say I don't use Unity in a professional capacity because I am a learner. I'll say Done. And now I've gotten a free Unity license that I can use to make games. So awesome there. Now, I've got my license, but I don't actually have Unity installed yet. And that's because the Unity Hub, what it does is it installs kind of a launcher that can let you launch different versions of Unity. The reason it works that way, as you'll learn as you get into Unity, is that different Unity projects, that is to say the working project, all the files, the code, the art assets, the 3D models that you use when you make a game, there are different versions of the Unity editor and Unity game making system, and a game project is made for a specific version. As a result, people who make lots of games with Unity may have different versions on their system for different specific projects. So it's important that you match the version of Unity or versions of Unity that you have installed to the projects you're working on. And the launcher lets you do that. So we can see what installs we have by going to the Installs tab. And right now there is no Unity version. we want one, so we'll click Add. And the launcher will select some current ones. You know, it'll always recommend what's called the current long-term support release. That's what LTS means. But you need to know what version you need for your project. Now, in my example, I am looking for Unity version 2021.1.12F1. And if I look, that's not one that I see here. I see 2021.1.14F1. None of these are what I want, but I can still get to them, and I'm purposely choosing one here that's a little harder to get to so you can see the process. What I can do is visit the download archive. I'll click the download archive link. That will bring up a web page in my browser with a bunch of different Unity versions on it. There is the 2021 tab. That's what I want. And I'll scroll down until I find the one that I want. There it is, 2021.1.12. I'll click the Unity Hub button next to it. It'll give me a prompt saying, hey, do you want to open this link using that Unity Hub launcher? I'm going to have it always do that, and then click Open. And this will send me in a moment back to the Unity Hub, and will now give me my install options for that version. You can see 2021.1.12F1. That's what I want. In my case, I'm just going to go with the default option, which will install the Unity editor and Visual Studio Community Edition, which is used to edit code in your games. There are lots of other options here depending on what devices I want to build games for, like a Linux system or an iOS device. We're going to leave all of those out for now. I can also unselect the documentation. That kind of just takes up space and you don't really need it. We'll say install, confirm the security prompt. And now the Unity Hub will begin downloading and eventually installing that version that I've selected. And you'll start to see the progress bar move here. I won't put you through that, so we'll pause and we'll come back when that's fully installed. Okay, now that our install is finished, you can see I've got it listed here with the correct version number, 2021.1.12F1. And if I want to test that this has worked, what I can do is I can go over to projects. I don't have any projects here yet. We'll deal with that some other time. But for now, we'll say new. And it will say create a new project with Unity 2021.1.12F1. That's our version. You can see some of the options I'd have when creating a project. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I don't need to actually create one. This is enough to confirm that it's worked, in which case I am happy. And I've got a successful install of the version of Unity that I wanted. So that's all for this video. I hope you found it helpful, and you will now have what you need to start making games with this version of Unity.